Police are searching for suspects after a daring cash heist at OR Tambo International Airport. They have, however, found one of the cars involved. An undisclosed amount of money was stolen from a cargo plane shortly after it landed at around 8 p.m. CEO of the South African Banking Risk Information Centre, Kalyani Pillay, joins us now in studio to discuss this. Thank you so much for coming in today, Kalyani. This must have come as a shock to you, as it did to most South Africans.
Well, certainly a shock, and of course it elicits a response of absolute outrage from the whole cash in transit sector. It's just outrageous, the fact that they were able to carry out an attack of this nature at such a secure place such as the airport. And that they got away with it, they got in with ease and got away with it. So it's certainly extremely concerning for the sector.
I know that you're not really able to comment on aspects of the investigation, but does it seem to you, as it does to many other people, that it might have been an inside job?
Well, look, at the end of the day, they had access to all the information that they would have required. That's the very nature of organized crime, is that they will make sure that they do their homework, their planning, they gather their intelligence, they do their surveillance. So certainly whatever information they would have required, they made sure they got it from whoever it is that they needed to get it from. So, they certainly knew the ins and outs of everything.
What does that tell you about the way individuals who work at national key points should be screened?
Well, look, screening from a security point of view is extremely important. And for the security sides of the bank and the cash in transit that we deal with, they take it extremely seriously. There's various levels of clearance that people need to go through. There's voice stress analysis, there's polygraphs, there's background checks. But these things are not done daily. And like I say, criminal syndicates, they have their networks, they have their tentacles out, they get what they want.
And it's interesting because we've had this discussion about national key points, especially with regard to Nkandla and so on. And yes, in recent years, we've been taught the importance of safeguarding these key points. Does it seem absolutely absurd that a national key point of all places could have been compromised?
Well, everybody will always have, especially where you require higher levels of security, there will always be layers of security that would be deployed. But at the end of the day, human intervention is something that is very difficult to deal with. So I'm sure there would be a complete assessment and investigation into exactly how this happened, not just from the police side, but certainly from AXA, the CIT company, or whoever it was. There'll be investigations, thorough investigations done with respect to all of the parties that were involved.
Kalyani, how do you go about, after a breach of this nature, restoring both security and confidence in a location like this?
Well, look, we're hoping that the police would be able to advance their investigations as quick as possible and make the arrests, because a cash in transit attacks or attacks on cash in the movement of cash is just a very serious problem in the country at the moment. This incident was one, and of course has received a lot of media attention, but we've certainly been seeing a significant amount of attacks against cash in transit over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's interesting. We had started to believe that the situation in terms of cash in transit heists wasn't as serious as it used to be a year or two ago. Is it true that the situation has improved, or have we seen as many?
It is still an extremely serious situation. We get all different types of modus operandi. So the actual heists, which we would term vehicle on the road attacks, so it's bulk cash that's being carried. We've certainly seen a spike in those. We've seen what we call cross-pavement attacks, where the security personnel of the cash management companies would be attacked while they're carrying cash from wherever they pick it up from to their vehicle, or the other way around. And the figures that we were looking at is that we had 269 incidents in 2015, we had 249 in 2016, and for this year already we have 57 incidents. And like I said, it's a combination of the different kinds of modus operandi, but the perpetrators are definitely probably a small number of syndicates. Of course, here there's been loss of life, there have been serious injuries, both on the side of the perpetrators, but a number of security personnel from the cash management companies. We had 10 deaths killed last year, 10 the year before, the 5 the year previous. So we've had a number of security personnel, and of course we had 1 civilian killed last year, and a number of injuries as well. So it's really an extremely violent and concerning crime type that we're seeing.
It definitely is. Thank you so much for coming in to speak to us about that. Kalyani Pillay from the South African Banking Risk Information Centre.